the thumbnail intrigued me. And yes, yes, Cardi, 35 is old enough to stay in my chat. Yes. But okay, I saw the thumbnail for this and I thought, okay, I want to see this because it is how 3 words completely changed a character. Now, I don't know if this is about one character or multiple characters, but from what I saw in the thumbnail, I was intrigued. Given the movie that this is about, that they were showing in the thumbnail. So, let's take a look at this and see what we're in for.
What?
Are you the Miracle Max who worked for the king all those years?
We get on the set, and we begin to work.
The king's stinking son fired me, and thank you so much for bringing up such a painful subject. While you're at it, why don't you give me a nice paper cut and pour lemon juice on it?
But Rob would leave the room. My job is to stay there and give the off-camera lines. And Rob goes, action.
Do the line down about takes 15 minutes for full potency.
And Rob was gone. Rob leaves the room. On every take, Rob would leave the room because he was about to throw up. He was laughing so hard.
This is
Wait, so did Billy Crystal do like a shit ton of improv? Like, it makes perfect sense. Billy Crystal is a comedian. So I would not be at all surprised that he improved like that's how comedians like him and Robin and Whoopi, they like with their comedy, they just improv the crap out of their lives. And it's what makes their movies so awesome, is because they have such comedic timing, they have such very comedic ideas. Like, I think I heard once, and I have no idea how this is true, or how true it is, that when Robin Williams did the Aladdin movie, he improvised, like, almost all his lines. And the animators actually had to do their visuals around what he was improving. Now, I have no idea if that is true or not. I remember it was like a legend way back. I heard it was like a legend way back when Aladdin first came out. There was rumors were that when they brought in Robin Williams, he just improvised damn near anything, and damn near all of it, just 100% improv. And Disney then came in afterwards. And when they did their animations around Robin Williams' improv instead of the other way around. It is true? Okay, because it sounds like, given it's Robin Williams, that sounded 100% true to me. I was like, that has to be true. There's like 3 hours. Okay, zip ties, I believe that. Because when Robin Williams gets rolling, he does not stop. As evidenced by his stand-up. It was confirmed. Okay, yeah. Like, let's face it, Robin Williams was one of the greatest comedians of multiple generations. And I know some people like to bash on his comedy. He was one of the greatest comedians of all time. Film they shot Robin Williams recording Genie, and he took their script and improved around it like a ball. Oh, hell yes, Andrew. Hell yes. Then I do too, McCargo. I deeply miss him so much. It was a global tragedy when we lost him. And that abandoned soul, thank you for the follow. Welcome.
Is one of the most memorable characters of all time.
Beat it, or I'll call the Brute Squad.
I'm on the Brute Squad.
You are the Brute Squad.
From a film that's jam-packed with them.
He didn't fall? Inconceivable.
And their own.
You keep using this word. I do not think it means what you think it means. Yeah, and you know what? And Jim Carrey got out at the right time. Jim Carrey left the business at the right time before it became too much. Because I remember, what was it, 5 or more years ago? He actually, like, quit. He said, I'm done with Hollywood. I'm gonna go and, I've done everything that I want to do. I'm just gonna go off and paint. Yeah, and Andre. Oh, yeah. In the first Men in Black movie, Tommy Lee Jones didn't like his lines, so he made up his own. Will Smith, not knowing what to expect, expect worked since Agent A was still a newbie trying to keep up. Oh. Yeah, okay. Rat Bastard, that works. Yeah, that makes sense.
Only on screen for 5 minutes.
I've seen worse.
And the reason they're so memorable is because nearly everything about the character
Hello in there! Hey, what's so important?
was improvised by Billy Crystal.
He's already dead.
He is, huh? I'll take a look.
From his dialogue,
The MLT line, my favorite line in the movie. Is it true that you ad-libbed that on the set?
Yeah.
Except for a nice MLT, mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich when the mutton is nice and lean.
to the way the character
Okay. Chat. Listen to this again.
Is it true that you
Listen to this again.
ad-libbed that on the set?
Yeah.
Right here.
Except for a nice MLT, mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich when the mutton is nice and lean.
I mean, I realize his entire performance in this movie is this, but that is one of the most Jewish lines. Let's be honest. Billy Crystal channeled his inner Jew for that line right there when he said that. And it's not an insult. I think it's fantastic. Basically doing the old goyim, routine. It's like when he goes full like Jewish character, it's hilarious. Like the Aldercockers, they 100%. It's hilarious. Yes, and yes, Joe Swordsman. He did name his daughter Zelda from Princess of Zelda. You are 100% correct. And hi, Corey.
the way the character looked.
In creating this guy, my makeup master, Peter Montagna, and I talked about, well, what do you want to look at? What should he look like that could be different? And I said, well, he should look like a cross between Casey Stengel, who was the old Yankee manager, and my grandmother.
And when all these elements come together, it suddenly becomes a night.
His Cobain's mother. It's an interesting choice.
Nightmare for the rest of the cast.
So Rob came up to me before we shot that scene. He goes, "Okay, Carrie, you're gonna play mostly dead, so you gotta be totally still. We don't want to see your chest move. You want to hold your breath for the take, and we'll let you know when we're done." I go, "How long's the take?" They go, "Maybe a minute."
We're in a terrible rush.
Don't rush me, Sonny. You rush a miracle man, you get rotten miracles.
Normally this would be standard procedure for a shoot, but what director Rob Reiner did next not only nearly shut down production for the day, but used so much film that it became one of the most expensive scenes in the movie.
I never worked for so little, except once, and that was a very noble cause.
He walked up to Billy Crystal and whispered,
Okay.
Forget the lines, just go for it, right?
Oh no.
That's all Billy needed.
Oh, no.
And he proceeded to do 3 hours of medieval Yiddish stand-up.
Look who knows so much, huh?
and suddenly the 5-minute scene became 3 straight days and 10 hours a day. Only
Holy shit. Yeah, this is what happens when you let a comedic legend off the chain. A 5-minute scene turns into a 3 fucking day scene. And you know what? I will bet you dollars to donuts. Every fucking single one of these guys loved it. I guarantee you they were having the time of their lives. Because you have 2 comedic geniuses right here. You've got Billy Crystal and you have Carol Kane together, at some points riffing off one another. You're right, I would love to see the cut of that, because can you imagine how much unused footage of these 2 just completely riffing off of one another would be fucking epic. Yeah, that's probably why it took so long, is they were probably laughing the entire goddamn time. And that's why it took 3 days to film the fucking thing. But you know what? It was probably the best 3 days of these guys' lives.
Only making progress when the sound department slowly banished the crew one by one, starting with
Rob, the director, because he has a laugh that can be heard in Detroit. So they banished him off the set.
And then came the other actors.
And the next person to go was me, obviously, because I was trying to hold it in, and you can't do that when, he's standing and he's prodding me going,
There's usually only one thing that you can do.
What's that?
Go through his clothes and look for loose change.
and I was gone, just gone, right? And so the sound department went, him too, right? And they replaced me with my foam rubber dummy that Andre carried around.
But getting kicked off the set actually turned out to be a good thing. Actor Mandy Patinkin, who had to remain on set to deliver lines in the scene, actually suffered his only injury on the film.
The only injury I sustained on that movie was I bruised a rib from holding in my laughter with Billy Crystal. And that's the God's.
Oh my god. I did not think that was possible. I did not think it was possible for you to bruise a rib from laughing too hard. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, like, Mandy Patinkin is a very serious actor. He is, like, it's too serious, I think. Like, okay, how many of you guys have ever watched the first couple seasons of Criminal Minds? Like, this is how, like, serious he gets. Like, Mandy Patinkin, I think he is a phenomenal actor. I do think he is a little bit too full of himself. Because if you ever saw the first couple seasons of Criminal Minds, Mandy Patinkin was good in that show. He was damn good in that show, but he left after, I think it was either season 2 or 3. I can't remember which. But did you guys ever know why he left the show Criminal Minds? Why did he quit? He said that he like a reporter interviewed him and said that he left Criminal Minds because he was disgusted by it, because he didn't like the fact that it was, quote, like, glorifying serial killers in it. And I read that quote, I'm just thinking, like, dude, you're the FBI guys who catch them. You're showcasing how bad they are, and that it's not something exactly to be aspired to. What are the reasons, Kaibo? That's the only reason I ever heard. Oh, and K-Dog, have a great night. Thanks for the backup tonight. Yeah, what other reason did he give? That's the only one that I've ever heard of. Weird fact about this production, Andrew during the Shorecliff scene fluctuated for 30 minutes straight. Fluctuated? What do you mean fluctuated? He had conflicts with one of the other actors. Was it, was the other actor, what's his name? Oh, really? He said he regretted his behavior. Oh, fluctuated. Did I misread it the first time? Did I actually misread that? No, okay, I read it. It was spelled fluctuated, but it was supposed to be flatulated. Okay. Yeah, it was autocorrected. That wasn't, what? Okay. Yeah, and and Big Dog, that's what I was saying, is that Mandy Patinkin, like great actor, but it seemed like he took himself way too seriously, but I guess he regretted his behavior. Now, of course, there was that one actor, Thomas, I forget his name. He played Hotch. There was I forget his last name. Like, he apparently was an asshat on the scene too. Like, he actually kicked someone or something. Thomas Gibson, thank you. Yeah, like he actually like attacked someone on set and was like gone the next day when that happened. I remember hearing about that. Where it was like right in the middle of the scene, like in the middle of the scene, he just like kicked a crew member or something and started yelling at him, and they're just like, okay, dude, you're gone. And they just immediately fired him right there and then. He's like the fucking lead of the show. Yeah, so it's actors. Don't take yourself so damn seriously. Learn from Billy Crystal.
Honest truth. It was amazing.
But that's not what he said. He distinctly said to blave.
And even the crew that stayed behind had to resort to biting their hands to prevent blowing takes.
Unfortunately, there's so many spoiled, brilliantly hilarious takes that we all spoiled.
One of cinema's funniest characters, and all of this on-set chaos from one simple suggestion: to improvise. From a director who's known as
As an actor's director, he made you feel that whatever you thought of was a wonderful idea.
Cut. Great. All right, good. Print that one when we're on to the next.
9:20.
Great screenplay. It was the perfect cast.
Okay, I gotta ask though. What the fuck is he wearing in this interview? What is Billy Crystal wearing on his head? Seriously, I didn't think, like, what is this? I don't know. He's got like a leaf. It's like a fez with a leaf. I don't know. I have no idea. It's weird, whatever it is, it's weird.
It was the perfect cast, the perfect director. It's the perfect movie for us.
You seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you. You seem a decent fellow. I hate to die.
I'm Luke.
Have fun storming the castle.
Thanks for watching.
It would take a miracle.
Bye.
Oh shit, you're right. Or at least a version of it. Or a version of it. It's not exactly, because it looked like it was higher, and it was. You're right. It is Max Miracle's cap. You're right. I didn't recognize it. Ah! That was great. I love watching stuff like this that's got like old school classic movies that are just so much fun to watch. I love those kind of videos. Like, it's so fun to just like reminisce.